Hi, my name is Dave. I'm your host. You're listening to The Last Podcast, where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. If you are new to the channel, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you listening, and I hope you continue to find tips, ideas, and value from listening to this podcast. Well, I know that today is Monday, and we are rapidly coming up on the end of the year. We have Thanksgiving and Christmas left, and Thanksgiving, I believe, is only a week away. This year has flown by without a shadow of a doubt. So, it seems, I don't know about you, but to me, it seems like time is really stepping up. It's really starting to evolve a whole lot faster than normal. And I don't know if you noticed that, but I speak to a lot of people and they say, yeah, time is flying. I can't believe how fast this year has went by. Well, that means that we have to start preparing a whole lot earlier. And we want to make sure that we hit the ground running in the new year when 2025 comes up. So what do you do? What do we have to do to actually get ready for that new year? We want to take this year and we want to take our time and reflect on our past year. We want to celebrate our wins, acknowledge accomplishments or milestones, no matter how small, how big. And we want to also, which I believe this part is critical, identify lessons, reflect on the challenges that we faced throughout the year, and see if we could set some time, I would say, uninterrupted time if you can. And I know for a lot of people that's almost impossible. But I want you to really try to do this because, when you set some uninterrupted time, you're going to start to break down your year into like whether sections or month by month or even quarters. If you're the type of person who also had a journal that you wrote in throughout the year, maybe every day. I have a journal. I have an electronic journal, and I type in it almost every single day. In fact, I really don't miss a day unless I'm actually sick. But you can break down your sections month by month, quarter by quarter, or week by week. That's up to you. Look it over. See what areas you want to reflect in on the most and hone in on some key life areas that might prove to be a little challenged for you, or you might have seen that you've excelled in a certain way. How have you excelled, and what kind of challenges you face? If you faced any challenges, how did you surmount your difficulties, and how did you get past those challenges? So I want you to go ahead and think about that, and you want to reflect on those key areas like work, relationships, health, finances, even personal growth. So think about that. Also, ask yourself insightful questions. What were my biggest achievements this year? And when you ask yourself these questions, you really have to start thinking, okay, what did I achieve, and what did I do, or what prevented me from achieving my goals? You can ask yourself that. What strategies or habits helped me succeed? You definitely want to make note of those things so you can bring those habits into the new year. Okay, so challenges, right? We're going to talk about challenges. What were my biggest challenges or failures? So you also want to make note of that. What emotions did I have that I experienced, and how did I handle them? If I had setbacks, what were those setbacks, and what did I do to surmount my difficulties and overcome my setbacks? Here's a question that you can also ask yourself. Do I have any debilitating patterns in my life right now? Because if you do not want to bring those into 2025 with. You want to make sure you take care of all those and leave them right where they are in 2024. So you want to definitely, did I have any patterns that emerge? Any reoccurring obstacles or opportunities that I missed or faced or, just didn't take? And then after you do all of those things, I think you might want to sit down and capture all your lessons learned, right? List specific lessons, write them down, or if you have them, I don't know, some people have a book that they write their diary in or a journal in, and if you dog-eared those specific areas where you had some lessons that you learned or some certain things that you go through, so if you had those highlighted in one way or another, that's a great way to hone in on those and go back to that. And for me, I have sections where I write in red, this happened and this I had a problem with. This was a setback for me, and this was a lesson learned for me, things of those nature. And you can actually, if you use an electronic journal, you can definitely use Control F to find certain things a whole lot faster within your journal. And specific lessons, you want to write those down. Any actionable insights. Instead, you might even want to ask yourself, should I take more risk? Did I take any calculated risk? Or did I not take enough, did I take enough opportunities or take enough advantages of opportunities? You want to definitely do that as well. You might hear me breathe real hard because I have asthma, and I definitely suffer with asthma, and it's hard sometimes just to catch my breath and talk. So if you hear me breathing, hey, please bear with me. Second, you want to seek feedback from anybody in your life who is productive, who knows you, who likes and loves you. So you want to ask them, trusted family and friends if you have, because I believe we all have blind spots when it comes to ourselves. Ask them questions, hey, did you notice that I messed up this year? Or do you see any avenues of improvement for me? If you were me, what would you improve? Or, things of that nature. So you definitely want to ask family and friends or somebody who's around you a lot to see these things and ask them, hey, what do you think about this? Do you think I need to improve on this? Do you think I need to improve upon that? So I would definitely think about those things. And then you want to also don't just hone in on all of your mistakes and setbacks and misfortunes and misgivings. You also want to highlight your wins and losses. And I'm telling you right now, celebrate those when you get a chance. Reflect on what worked and why you succeeded, and analyze how you win. Analyze those so you can continue to win, so you can continue to move forward and succeed. So that is one of the things that I believe we all should do. Also, you want to check in. You want to do a mental check, right? You want to identify any changes within your own mindset, old beliefs versus new beliefs. Compare how your thinking evolves over the year. Any areas of growth. Identify areas where you gain confidence or resilience. So I would definitely think about that. And I want to also interject here for a second, because when you start thinking about your mindset, a lot of people are blinded to that aspect too. So that takes time. It's not something that you're just going to ask yourself and you're just going to get an answer and that's it. You have to look at your old beliefs. You actually have to be in tune to yourself and into your thoughts, your patterns, and so on and so forth. You want to make sure that you make a dent. You change. This is to move forward in your year 2025. In order to move forward in a productive manner, you need to take a look back to see where you've come from, and then see how you can make that move forward. So in order to do that, you have to look at your mindset, your beliefs. What beliefs are you still holding on till this day that are old, that maybe you need to get rid of them because they're not serving you anymore? Maybe you need to enhance your new beliefs. Maybe you need to strengthen in certain areas and in growth. So you want to think about those things. And I'm just shooting some ideas for you so you can hit the ground running in the new year, and you want to be prepared. Don't wait for the new year to come in to get started. Get started now. So when the new year hits, you're already moving. You're already in motion. You're moving forward and you're making things happen. So, and I think that will probably be a good idea for everybody to start right now, because time seems to be flowing a whole lot faster. And you want to start taking a look at any habits, any strategies that you can change or switch up or anything like that. And like I said this before in one of my other podcasts, you want to use visual tools, mind map, create a visual representation of your experiences and their associations and their lessons, right? And then you want to have like key events reflect on what each event has taught you. Right. And then when I was saying you want to take a look at your successes, just don't hone in on all the bad things. You want to have, like, if you're the type of person who's visual, then go ahead and create a victory board. Combine all your highlighted lessons to see the positive outcomes and your efforts that you had throughout the year. And all those things that I mentioned, make sure you do this one thing too. Ground yourself in gratitude. Acknowledge the opportunities for growth, even if difficult. Go ahead and acknowledge it, but be grateful that you are where you are and you have an opportunity. And I'm gonna say this like this: really show gratitude for where you are right now in your life. Why? It's simple. You're here. You're living. And although things may not be the way you want them, you are living. You can make them better. You can change. You can create change in your own life. But it starts with gratitude. You have to say, hey, I'm so grateful to be alive. I'm so grateful I have an opportunity to move into the new year and do new exciting things. I'm so grateful for all the lessons that I've learned throughout this year, and so on and so forth. You have to start seeing what you're grateful for and make sure you bring whatever you're grateful for into that new year and enhance your gratefulness, enhance your gratitude. So definitely you want to make sure you do that. So doing all those things is a great way to definitely hit the ground running. And I would also tell you to think about this. In this day and time, we have so much coming at us and we have so much going on in our lives. We might need to sit down and declutter our mind. We might need to take time and free ourselves mentally from things that doesn't serve us any longer. Let go of all the regrets, the ideas that didn't work. Free your space, free your mental space so you can have the capacity to grow and find new things, new ways to move on in life. And like I said, if you're a visionary, you want to envision how your new year will be. So sit down and envision that for a moment. Sit down for a few minutes and envision how what success might look like for you. All right. So you want to visualize that, your personal growth. How do you want to grow within the year 2025? What things you might want to achieve in this year, and make those declarations now and start right now. So when 2025 hits, you're already making things happen and the wheels are already turning. You want to be intentional. You want to be intentional with your ideas, with your actions. You want to make sure you focus on how you want to feel, how it impacts you, and how you want to create this beginning for yourself, so you hit the ground running. And your beginning doesn't have to be anything new. It could be a continuation of what you're doing right now, but you just want to intensify it. You want to make things happen, so you intensify whatever that's working right now. Double down on that. All right, and generate and vet new ideas, brainstorm with other people, and dedicate some time to generating creative ideas without judgment, because nobody wants to be judged. Evaluate your ideas based on feasibility, alignment with your vision and your life, and how it might impact you. So these are things that you want to do. I tell you this right now, I can't tell you enough that sometimes I've tried to do something and it didn't work, and then I tried another way and it didn't work again, and then I tried another way, and guess what? It didn't work. But I just didn't give up just because it didn't work 3 times. I tried it a 4th or 5th or 6th or 7th time, and boom, then I got it. So if it's something you generally want to do and it's something that you really have your heart set on, don't give up. Just find different ways. And every time it doesn't work, you just found another way that it didn't work. And you just keep on moving forward. So, and then I would say, if you want to figure out what it is that you decide to change up in your life, go ahead and set a goal for it. And you can do that with anything. You can set goals for all kinds of things. But remember, in setting those goals, you want to make sure that you put your deadlines to it. You got to make them specific, measurable, achievable, and relevant. But most of all, make it time bound. All right. So short, medium, and long-term goals, break them up if you have to, and make sure that you have a manageable time frame in those moments. And then I would also say, if you can, create some type of 2025 roadmap for yourself. And you know better than I do, if you're a driver, right? You're going on a trip, you got to get that map out. What's the fastest way? What's the scenic route? Because some people like a scenic route. So you may need that map to find out which roads is best to take. And excuse me, I didn't realize I still had my phone on. But anyway, I just wanted to pretty much talk about those things to help you get your new year up and running and start right now. So you want to make sure you create that roadmap, equip yourself with new skills and new knowledge, and identify areas where you need to grow. And if you have to, go ahead and seek out resources, courses, books, mentors. Do whatever you have to do, because it's your life. You count, you matter, and you are preparing for your own life. So make sure that you do these things. And if you want to go ahead and start right now, it's the fastest way to build momentum when the new year hits. While everybody is writing out what they want to do and get started January 1st, you're already in motion and you're kicking butt. You're already doing it. So try to do that and start right now. And this might take you like 30 days. So you'll probably be starting in mid-December if you hurry up and start now. Build some momentum. Begin working on smaller aspects of your goals and see where you can accomplish things, and also build and establish routines and new habits. And this will help you kickstart your new year and hit the ground running. So, and last but not least, I'm going to say this. Find someone and create accountability. Somebody that you can be, or an accountability buddy or bud-ed, whatever you want. But make sure that you have somebody that you love, trust, that you could be accountable with. And I think that's That's going to be one of the best things that you can think about and do. And also stay flexible, celebrate your wins, and focus on new affirmations and your mindset, and have a positive outlook for life. And you'll build your resilience by preparing your mental fortitude, I would say. And you'll be fortified in many ways if you continue to grow in this aspect. So my name is Dave. You're listening to the last podcast, and I thank you so much for listening. And don't forget, I am now looking for new poets to share their talent, their poems, and everything else on Fridays, which is Poetry Friday. There is nothing you can do but get on this show and share your talent, your God-gift talent, with our listeners. And if you also have any new poetry books, you can go ahead and hit me up at the last podcast 443@gmail.com. I will also give you a shout out. This will take some time, so we will probably start doing it in January. So make sure you hit me up at the last podcast 443@gmail.com. And if you have any new things that you want me to talk about, also throw it in the email and I will look it over and get right to it. Well, thanks again for listening. Be blessed.